Alright guys, it is crazy how time is flying by so fast. Well, at least it feels that way for me since I've been in this program. And I gotta say, it's been an awesome 8 months already. And if some of you guys are new and come across this channel, this video, I'm basically just documenting, my journey as an apprentice pipe fitter in the union, up until I'm a journeyman. And with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys for, watching this journey. So for the month of January, I gotta say that I am still continuing to be in a hangar crew where we just basically go on each floor of this building putting up hangars. And in the last month on January, we actually finished the second floor with the hangars. These hangars that we put up, they're gonna be, holding different kinds of pipe. For example, some hangars are gonna hold, Victolic piping. Other hangars are gonna hold some, copper for the condensate, and also some line sets. The type of hangars that I'm, currently working with are clevis hangars, clevis shielded hangars, and strut hangars. As some of you guys know from my last videos, all these materials are coming in, like the hangers and all these pipes are all coming in from a prefab shop. So they send it to the job site that we're in right now, and we pretty much just install it. But of course, before we install, these hangers or these pipes, we have to, figure out the heights that they need to be on. And just so you know, that is something that is very important, because last thing you want is to be in a duct worker's way, sprinkler fitter. There's also, electricians. So this is something that you really have to, read the blueprints, check your heights, check your pitch as well for the condensate lines. Some things I've been doing is also drilling, holes in the drywall so the pipe could go through. So I just basically find the height of the bottom of the hanger to the floor. I match that height and I drill it right through the wall. So it's just been, a great learning curve. Remember guys, this is just the second floor, and there's like 9 floors to this building. So there's gonna be, a lot of repetition, and repetition is good because you build skill. So one of the things I've been doing is, setting up the heights for these hangers. So when we bring in the condensate lines, the copper, the height will already be set. But one thing I still have to do is allow pitch. And how we add pitch is by adjusting the hangers to a certain height so the pipe could be pitched. And something, I've been getting good at in a way is seeing, what's on the blueprints to, what's in person. You just kind of see the design, where it's supposed to go, and like if you know where the locations of the hangers are as well, you kind of just see the pattern where the pipe is gonna go. I have also been soldering these condensate lines. So there's basically 3 steps that we usually do, which is install hangers, put up the pipe, and solder the pipe. Just check these solder burns I got recently right here, these 3 right here. Oh man, it's gonna happen. And yes, before you ask, I was wearing my gloves. Remember guys, solder, burns at like 400 to like 450 degrees. So it's gonna be pretty hot. So one thing I did after, all the lines were soldered is that we actually did an air test to see if there were gonna be any leaks. So with an air compressor, we would set these condensate lines that we soldered, we would set it to 35 PSI. And after waiting like a few minutes, we would see if it will go down or remain the same. We actually noticed that some of the lines were leaking. So that's when we just started going around on our lifts, spraying each joint on the pipe to see what exactly was leaking or where the leak was coming from. So just basically go around with a spray bottle and soap. This kind of soap is, meant for this. So it's gonna find the slightest, hole. And they actually found a few. But before I mention, it was none of our, solder joints. None of our solder joints were leaking, which is a good thing. So what we found that was leaking were the plugs on the pipe. Very simple. After finding all the leaks, all we had to do was drain the air out and then go back, replace, the plug. After we cleaned the plug, we would put new Teflon tape and pipe dope and screw that baby tight. And once again, we will run the test at 35 PSI and see for any leaks. And thankfully there were no more. Something I will mention is that I have gotten better at driving the lift, on the floor, especially with a lot of materials around, compared to the first time I was driving a lift, to do some work on when it's higher. I would always worry if I'm gonna hit something or someone. But after the weeks and months go by where I'm literally on the lift every single day, I will say that I, have gained the confidence, and I have been driving around the lift, and on the floor with a lot of materials in the way much better. Now that's what I'm doing in the field, and now let's see how school is going. I will say that, I'm still taking plumbing code. I'm actually going to take plumbing code up until the end of the school year, which is going to be in May. So, plumbing code, has just been literally just reading, the plumbing code, highlighting things, that stand out to us. And every week we have a quiz on the things we read or we highlighted. So us as a class, we are going through, the plumbing code in sections and taking quizzes on those sections. So of course I am, studying, trying to memorize these codes and just trying to stay on top of it. Finally finished taking, soldering and brazing class. And now we have moved on to welding, which is something I'm actually pretty excited about. But of course, that will be a topic for next month. Something that was awesome that the instructor that taught us to braze and solder did. He, on the last day of that class, he just told us, hey guys, let's do basically a montage. We could go out there to the shop, whatever you guys want to do. Do you guys want to, solder? Do you guys want to bevel pipe? Do you guys want to braze? So that was pretty cool. And basically, to summarize everything that happened in the month of January, I am still in the hanger crew, still working with hangers, adjusting heights. The type of pipes we're gonna put up are, Victolic piping, condensate lines, and line sets. I'm still working with different types of hangers. I am drilling through walls so I could put the pipe through. And of course, I'm thoroughly going through the blueprints. So of course we don't bump into any other trade. And one thing, and after we put up all these pipes, solder all these pipes, put up all the hangers, we test these pipes to see if they hold. That's something we did last month, which was pretty awesome. And lastly, I'm getting better at driving the lift around the job site, around, materials and things like that. And school, of course, like I had mentioned, not so long ago, I am still taking plumbing code. And then, I finished soldering and brazing, and I have moved on to welding. And now I would be taking welding and plumbing code all the way until the end of the school year, which will be in May. If you guys made it all the way to the end, I want to say thank you so much, guys, for, watching this video. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comment section below, because I will answer all the questions that you guys have, of course, to the best of my knowledge. Thank you guys so much for watching. But for right now, guys, have a blessed day.